She's gonna grab a couple bags on the way out.
We just like, all right, we gotta keep moving on because we're gonna get to one of my favorite items in the whole wide world, and that's gonna be my Dash blender. But before we get there, we've got something else that is another, and I've actually picked this next item as host pick before. In fact, a couple of times, right? Carrie, did you try this? Is that true, Fru? Is that insane?
Absolutely delicious.
And so is Ferris nuts. And you know what would be really cool? You can kind of mix the two together.
Absolutely.
That would be a great idea. It's actually kind of a 1-2 punch. All right, so Carrie, I was talking about, welcome back.
Thank you.
I was talking about, you know, I really made this commitment before Thanksgiving to truly try to change my eating completely. I mean, really making a big difference.
Yeah.
And I have a very strict kind of amount of things that I'm allowed to eat. Lots of lean meat, lots of vegetables, fruit, and I'm allowed nuts.
Of course.
And I was really thrilled about that. And it is very much a lifestyle change, but something that I love, I didn't have to give up. And truly, I love Ferris. And when it comes to eating delicious, and again, very deeply satisfying combinations, it is our Ferris company with their berry and nut mixes. So we're gonna talk about this, just a little heads up on it. We've already sold 500 sets. I only have a little over 1,900 available in this presentation. So we're gonna get into it, but what are we talking about today?
I know, this happened last time, because you know, we haven't been here as much as we usually are, and so I'm very excited to be here with you tonight. And the thing is, when you incorporate nuts into your diet, what happens is nuts have fiber, fruits have antioxidants, so what you're actually doing is you're satiating yourself, and you're giving your body stuff that it needs, right? So cherry berry, we're gonna go through that first, is one of your choices. So you can get cherry berry, or you can get blueberry cranberry. And so the only difference is going to be that our Michigan cherries, which I have right here, go away, and we put in our blueberries, which we have the most delicious blueberries ever.
So give it to me again, we have a choice of.
Cherry berry or blueberry cranberry. Okay. So the only difference is that blueberry cranberry has no cherries, but what it does have, okay, is your pecans, your cashews from India and Brazil, your almonds from California, you have your beautiful and really juicy, delicious cranberries, and then you have your Michigan cherries. And the thing about our Michigan cherries is they do come from Michigan, so that means that's a top place to source cherries from. They really are absolutely the most juicy cherries you've ever tasted. So, so good. So this is your cherry berry mix. You can get it raw, or you can get it roasted and salted. Okay. So whichever you want.
So 2 choices, and then raw or roasted.
Correct.
Okay, and you get 3 16-ounce containers. So just FYI, it's not just one, because I know you're thinking, because this is really gourmet. This is so high-end. It's not just the little crumbles that you find at your fast food corner gas station. You know what I'm talking about. These are like the real thing. Yeah. But you get all 3 of these when you order these from us here, and also we have free shipping on this as well, which is nice. And if you want to try it out, 3 flex pays. But it has been a while since we've had these in, and it's so nice to have this collection back.
Absolutely. Well, this is the classic, and this is what you guys have loved, and what you've, please read the ratings and everything that has been said for, so we've been here 8 years already. I can't believe it. Wow. But the reason is because you love us, and we thank you so much. And you know,
and the quality's so good.
That's why.
It would be one thing if, yeah, it's a great company, but the quality, it's got to be great.
It has to back it up.
It has to taste great.
Absolutely. And we go to the top places. India and Brazil is the top place to source a cashew. And what happens when you don't go to India, Brazil? Potentially this. I don't know where this one's from, but I can definitely say it doesn't look like a Ferris cashew.
It's from Toledo.
So that is the massive difference that you see right off the bat. And with every single one of our ingredients, we make sure to give you the highest quality, the best ingredients. It's not like when you go to the grocery store and you just grab a bag of something. And a lot of times the fruits that they put in there, you'll find, are completely different than the fruits you get with Ferris. Look at the side-by-side comparison just of size in general. But let me show you what happens when we have our fruits. We do not send the juice to concentrate. We leave the juice inside.
No, why?
And the reason is, a lot of companies do that because then they make money twice off that cherry. But the reason is, check out my fingers. That is gonna be a juicy, juicy cherry that you bite into and it melts in your mouth. Versus, you know what I'm talking about, we call it like jerky fruit, you know, basically. Yeah. There's no juice inside. It's like a leather, you know, and then that's why they salt them so much, is because they're taking away the fact that they may not have the highest quality nuts or fruits. With Ferris, we are packing them fresh upon your order. We are sourcing them from the top places around the world, and we're giving them to you the freshest way possible. So because we have the 3 1-pound containers, you open them as you need them, and they stay nice and fresh inside for when you're ready for them.
Well, and you know, it always happens to all of us. You know, are you at work and you get that 3 o'clock doldrums, and you're like, I'm heading to the machine. Oh my goodness. And then what you do is you're so starving, you get a bunch of potato chips because you like that salty stuff, right? Exactly. And then maybe you get something like a candy bar because you want something sweet. And then you eat all of that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then for the rest of the evening and for days later, later, you know, you feel wildly guilty because you really just, you know it's not good for you. Have this as that alternative. And for me, it's funny. If there's two things to choose from, if I have something really good for me to eat and something bad for me to eat, and it's in front of me at the exact same time, I'll eat the good one. If it's only the bad one, I'll always eat the bad one. So have the good one handy. I mean, have it there. So when you have that moment where you're driving in the car long distance and you don't want to go through a drive-through, you have your nuts with you. If you're at work and you have that desperate moment where you're thinking, oh man, I'm just going to go blow it, I'm going to eat a bag of potato chips. You've got the nuts. And what is so nice about this, it's truly satisfying. There's something deeply satisfying about the Ferris combinations.
You know, and again, the cashews, I always call them little steak. To me, it's the nut, a steak nut, you know, and because it's so meaty and creamy, so it really is satisfying. Again, nuts have protein, and a lot of us don't realize that. And another thing we don't realize from eating so many store-bought varieties is that nuts are supposed to have notes like wine does. You're actually supposed to totally taste the difference between a pecan, a cashew, and an almond. But I think a lot of the times they salt them so much that it just tastes like salt. So don't be worried if you go, I don't know if I should get raw or if I should get roasted salted. Please get the roasted salted if you can, if it's not a health issue or anything, because you will notice in our roasted salted, I could turn over the bottom, go look at the bottom of the bags of most store-bought varieties, and it's loaded with salt at the bottom. You see we do a clear container because we love our product and want to show it to you. No salt down there because we lightly dust them is the way I like to say it, and it's just to bring out flavor, not to hide
bad taste.
Exactly.
And something, you know, if you think about it, how often do you go and you're like, okay, I'm trying to be good, I've got the new year going, I'm working out, but you stop at the gas station. And you're like, okay, what are my options at that gas station? Well, number one, they're not good. And the best option you can get is gonna be a bag of dried fruit and nuts, right? Maybe little candies in there, okay? Check out what's in there. Those are the leftover pieces. You're not seeing full size, whole, delicious, you know, mushy gushy. You're getting the little crumbly pieces, and you know it. And they're again, what is that? What is
These are the fruits that you get in a store-bought. Okay, I think that's a banana, and I think this is a pineapple. And you guys, you laugh at me all the time, but listen, come here. I'm just, if your camera can follow me, I'm sorry I do this to you. I know, but look, this is the fruit. I am hitting the table with it. And it didn't even change form. So what the difference would be, and the reason why you have been with us for so long and we love you, if you've never tried us, this is the difference. That when I come over to our cherry, I hit it on the table and I can hit, and you see how it mushes? It's actually mushing down into the shape of the table because again, it is so juicy on the inside. It's not that petrified fruit that you find in so many other, you know, varieties out there.
Well, Miss Carrie, also too, just so you guys know, you have auto ship, which is awesome.
Great.
We have auto ship available, and again, customer pick. This is easy to be out here today. It really is in this show because there's so many really good items that you love. Just a couple reviews real quick. This is a gal from Florida. Love the combos, the berries and nuts. Won't stop eating once opened, which is, I get pretty satisfied pretty quickly, but all right. Then Marina, Arizona. They taste great, fresh, and a lot of dried fruit and varied nuts. That's important too. You get a really, it's like a great bottle of wine that has lots of notes, or a beautiful perfume that has high, middle, and low notes. All the berry or in the nut mixture in here gives you those notes that you would hear about 100%. In a perfume, which really makes the experience so much better. Abby in California says lots of cashews, pecans, and almonds complemented with cherries and the cranberries. New in Florida says fresh, juicy, large items of berries and whole nuts. Great for gifts, snacks, and dessert toppings. And I love this. Tay-Jack in Pennsylvania wrote, absolutely the best, with about 3 exclamation points behind it. And,
I love you guys.
Well, it's a great alternative. If you've really decided that this is gonna be it, that you're not gonna screw up this year, that you're gonna stay committed to your healthy eating. If you want your children or your grandchildren to eat healthier, these are the easy answers. You know, you don't have to go out and get a bunch of fancy stuff. You don't have to worry about making anything. When you're in that desperate moment, when you're about to hit a drive-through and you're gonna feel wildly guilty about eating those French fries and eating that big cheeseburger thing, have this in the car. And instantly you go on past it and you feel accomplished. You're proud of yourself because you didn't have that weak moment where you just said, oh, forget about it, I'm just gonna go through a drive-thru.
You feel better in the end too. You know, it's just
psychologically you feel better.
And so, you know, I always like to say, a lot of times we say, oh, how I'm gonna get healthy and how I'm gonna lose weight and all this stuff is I'm gonna do these 100-calorie snack bags, right? Because they've already put it together for me and I don't have to think. Well, then what happens is a lot of the times those don't have a lot of fiber in them. They're empty calories. So then you end up up eating 4 or 5 bags of them because you're still hungry. And if you've been there, I've been there, I've done it. And then I go, well, this just totally defeated the purpose. Here, 1 ounce of nuts is all you need to satiate you. And you know, we're scrolling through all the different ideas. As someone mentioned, one of those comments you said mentioned it. I like to put this in my snacks. This is something, look at these cookies. If you just place this in your cookie dough, I ate one of these earlier. I went, what is this? Oh my gosh. And the salads, if you're trying to do more salads and you hate salads, I hate boring salads. It really feels like I'm being punished, right? But when I put Ferris in my salad, unbelievable, because now you added that fruit and that crunch.
The blueberry, cranberry, nuts, raw, sold out.
Okay.
Okay, we still have it on auto ship, which is good, and we still have the salted. And remember, it's just dusted. They do not pile. I don't even know which one I'm eating, to be honest with you. I have no idea what I have.
Yeah, it's really light.
Yeah, it's so light you don't know. But anyway, if you missed out, you can get it. Here's some of the process too, Carrie. Kind of walk us through that.
Yes, this is Ferris. So we're located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's a family-owned company since 1924. So that is 94 years in business, and we're so happy, you know, that not only is it family-owned, but we're able to give you high quality. So this is how we go through the bins. We're actually searching and making sure that all of the nuts that end up in your mix are as high quality as they should be. So there's a lot of quality control, a lot of eyes going into making sure every container that goes out the door is perfect. So as I was saying before, these are not packed yet until you order them. So tomorrow, every order that's coming in right now, Ferris will pack, close, and send to you. It doesn't get better than that. In the store,
how shocking is that? It's not sitting in a truck or a warehouse for months and months in boxes sitting there. And also, to be able to do that, they have to stick extra preservatives in there. Oh, and something else that's interesting I've learned, because I have gotten quite educated on this whole healthy eating thing, is 100 calories in one of those snack bags versus 100 calories here, completely different ballgame.
Completely.
For everything.
Yeah.
From the way it affects your body, to the minerals, to the vitamins, just to the essence of the fiber that you talked about.
Yeah.
That 100 calories is wildly different than a Ferris 100 calories.
It comes to choices, and I love that you keep saying that. You know, it's really that we have to think ahead. If you wait till the moment that you're hungry, I guarantee you, you will make the wrong choice every time. It's saying to yourself right now, I am committed to making better choices. I want to do something more nutritious. I'm gonna go ahead and get that and put that in the cabinet. Maybe you put one of these beside your bed, because maybe that's when you get the little munchies, you're watching TV before bed or something like that, and you don't want to go and get the ice cream or the chips. So instead, you can just grab a handful of this, satiate yourself, go to sleep. Maybe it's during the workday and you work in an office place or something, or for me, I used to ride in my car all day, and I would go through drive-thrus and get the totally wrong things because they were cheap and easy, whatever, and I could drive through the drive-thru, but then I felt terrible afterwards. So have this in your car if that's you, or your cubicle if that's you, and know that you can just grab a handful at any time.
Well, it's like your trigger spots. Where are your trigger spots to eat bad?
Yeah.
Where are those? It's like trying to break a smoking habit. You know, where are those spots? No, seriously, where are those spots? Is it late at night and you always want to go and get popcorn and some ice cream at night? Have this sitting there. Wherever your trigger spots are to eat something bad, just have it there.